bribe. And tell us a story. How did you refuse it? What happened? And also it says, no one asked me for a bribe. So most of these items, by the way, I found is, you need a passport. So you need to have a security clearance. The policeman comes, knocks on your door, and says, okay, I have to give you this. You give me 200 rupees, or otherwise I'll take the whole 10 days that's given to me. Okay, here's your 200 rupees, 300 rupees, because when you need your passport, it's always like, I need it today, I need it tomorrow. Those are some of the biggest problems. Of course, paying water bills. It's just such a daily grind problem. If India can fix that, and I hope some of these sites will, of course, work. And Anna Hazare should be able to work because he's excited the entire country. He's now being quoted at Wall Street Journal, Financial Times from England, and other places. This guy is really taking some serious literature space around the world. And I hope he's successful. I hope India listens to him. I hope by Saturday they agree to his request.
I love the fact that they do a whole bribe analytics section on the site, so you get a breakdown of exactly who's doing what and where and when. I think that's great. I hope his message comes all the way here to the United States as far as uniting towards a single cause. I read this story. I was disappointed. This happened in New Jersey. Headline reads, split Indian community in Middlesex County to hold 2 separate India Day parades. Of course, we just celebrated our Independence Day. But, of course, the biggest story in town is the fact that rival Indo-American groups each will hold their own India Day parade starting at almost the same time on practically the same streets, just on opposite sides, and forcing people to be emotionally split in the community and forcing them to choose sides. When I read this, I thought, this is terrible. Terrible because coming all the way across the ocean in this country to settle and form a community, we should be about uniting. And instead, what are we doing? We're quibbling over the same old stuff. A lot of what happens in India when we go into our factions and we split up into neighborhoods that don't speak to each other, into states that don't get along, language problems, dialects. We can leave all of those things behind to some extent and try to form a more unified focus here. We are a community with common problems, a community with common challenges. We should be uniting towards a political voice, not having this kind of attention paid to us just because we can't get along. I'm just very disappointed.
Very well said. Actually, this is the week of 15th of August, the Independence Day. I really think that this is not unique to New Jersey. In New York it happens, in Washington it happens, it happens in California. So it's not unique, but your message is great.
Well, thank you so much. And speaking of messages, did you attend the Tryst with Destiny play?
Oh, yes, I did. I wanted to see Nutver Gandhi, how he plays Gandhi.
And he did a tremendous job. He had the full garb, the way that we are used to seeing Gandhi in those iconic images. He really donned that garb, and he wore it well on stage. I thought he did a terrific job.
He did a terrific job, but I want to tell you the subject matter was fantastic. Politics, as played at the time of partition. Folks, I want to tell you, they were great politics, but what is played here in Washington, D.C., they were not great politics. Plus, the result of those politics was terrible for India. It got parted. So many people got killed. But, you can see that. I really appreciate the director. She put together all of what she thought was very valid in the history to say how the politics of partition came around. I enjoyed the show.
I did, and the thing that I liked about it, I'll just mention, is it was a very clever interleaving of actual images, actual footage in some cases where she had taken pictures or they had put together basically a narrative in pictures that was the backdrop of the scene, and then you saw the scene. Sometimes they were wearing the same outfits that were in these iconic pictures. So the whole thing came together very differently as an experience, and I really liked it. I thought it was a very academic play.
I always say when you go to see a play, it makes your heart feel good because you actually see people working.
That's right.
That's
right. Well, folks, that's about all we have for you today, but we want you to remember that this weekend is Janmashtami, and it'll be celebrated all weekend long as well as Monday. So we hope that you have an opportunity to go out and catch a few of the celebrations. And we also wish you a wonderful week ahead.
Namaste.
Namaste.